Hey, today I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about, that if you had literally asked me 3 weeks ago, hey, would you do this thing? Rosie's here with us. I would say absolutely not. Never. Not in this lifetime. I would never do that. Are you kidding me? Are you stupid? Are you crazy? I don't have to. I don't want to, and I will never do that. And I would have thought I was making a very wise choice. Rosie, what are you doing? Anyway, and yet here I am doing this thing. I am trying to find my mom, my meth mom. I'm trying to reach out to her. And I know she'll be angry. It's probably a crazy idea, honestly. I have no idea if she's still alive. I'm having trouble finding her. I've used every number I can. I've used a lot of contacts to try and find her, but it may not work out, which is funny because I'm pretty sure she tried for a lot of years to talk to me, and I wouldn't do it. It's been 10 years in December since the last time I ever messaged her. So, for maybe those who don't know me or don't know me well, I had a mother who was a teen mother, who ended up with 6 children. She gave one away for adoption. I was the only single birth left in the family. She actually had 2 sets of twins. And she was a very young mother, and she was divorced, and she had to work hard just to get her GED. And she fell into meth like a lot of people did in the early 2000s in the United States, especially in the West. So I was removed from my home at 15, barely 15, and put into foster care. And eventually she just lost all of her children. When she went to jail, I think that's when, my siblings and I don't have the same fathers, but those people were called and asked to take their children to their respective places. So obviously I suffered a lot of neglect, which wasn't great. Obviously impoverishment and abuse, and wrote a book about it and do interviews about it and everything. And I've done a lot of work to heal. I've done a lot of therapy under the direction of a doctor. I've tried a few things, like different psychedelic type therapies. I think they're all psychedelics. But anyway, they're kind of legal for medicinal purposes with help through a doctor, and as long as you're doing therapy with it and everything. I obviously wrote a book about it as a type of therapy, and I obviously wrote a lot, processed a lot. But even that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for me to go, oh my gosh, I just want to talk to my mom, the person who abused me and then neglected me and abused me and used me and, broke all my boundaries and everything. But I've been working with the disabled population for quite a while now. And I've been especially close with impoverished. I wouldn't say I'm extremely rich myself. I have a massive amount of student debt, and I don't make very good money working for the state, but so I would honestly make more if I worked at Costco. I just can't because I don't want to lose time with my children. Like, you would have to work every weekend, so not that I was like trying to show an illusion that I was rich, but I am not rich by any means. And just in case someone sees my YouTube videos and thinks I'm anything other than an extremely ordinary person, I didn't have a father growing up, so I don't have anything to my name, not even family really. So but anyway, I say all this because I don't want to necessarily reach out to my mom because I think that she'll love me or like me after the book I wrote. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone to tell things about my life and the worst choices that I've made, like in a book or something, even if the name was changed and all that stuff and you couldn't find out it was me. It wouldn't feel good. And she certainly didn't like that. But also, when I went to reread my book and maybe update it and edit it and stuff this past year, I realized that there were just so many unnecessarily mean things that I said about her in that book. Like, she did some bad things, and you can state the honest truth, but you don't have to say such mean things or repeat a certain, like description or phrase. Don't eat that, Rosie, don't eat that. So anyway, I say all that because I don't want you to think I'm reaching out to my mom because she's going to love me and accept me and whatever. I think she's going to be livid at what I've written, at, cutting her off maybe. When I cut her off, I was pregnant with my third and last child, and I was really sick, and I just realized how anxious I was leading up to letting her have a few visits around my children if I was present, trying to give her like a family and like somewhere to go for Christmas, and how sick and how much I had to recover afterward when she came, and how she continually just like lied to me and put me in danger. So I thought maybe I would be getting like a certain kind of mom just because at that time she was sober, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get, but just because someone's sober doesn't mean that they're healed or better. It doesn't mean that their mental illnesses go away. So anyway, I think she's going to be really angry. I don't think we're going to be best friends. I don't know if we can have a relationship, but if she does express, her feelings about the book, I think that it's a perfectly valid thing to feel and think, and she can say it. I don't know why I want to reach out to her, actually, if I don't think that she's going to be very happy and we're not going to get along. It's just been working with people with disabilities like I have, who are impoverished. I realize, she's not the big bad wolf that I think I thought she was. And also, I think I want to tell her that I do think she's amazing for what she has done and what she is. Even if I still don't like a lot of her choices, at least she tried, which is more than my father has done. She tried to raise me. She tried to feed me. She tried to shelter me. And the more and more I see people struggling against what at the time that I knew her, we didn't know was a disability, whatever her mental illness was, and I'm not going to say what it was because I'm not a doctor, but and then struggling with substances and stuff, I think that she was battling poverty, which is disabling, and then possibly 2 disabilities, plus just probably a lifetime of pain and trauma, and trying to raise 5 children by herself. And she was trying to make a miracle work, and obviously probably felt like she needed some sort of like magic charm, like a drug that would give you a lot of energy in order to survive. But anyway, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy to imagine. I'll let you know what happens. I haven't been able to get a hold of her. I really hope this isn't a situation where I thought I would try and reach out and that's when she's gone. Not because I think it would be pleasant, but maybe there's some closure that needs to be there, you know? I have no idea. Sorry, this hair is like being blown in my nose and it tickles so bad. Anyway, I'm not saying that kids who have dealt with abusive parents should do anything, but I am 38 and my kids are strong and bigger now, and she doesn't know where they are, and maybe we could come to some peace, or maybe I can just get my granny's banana bread recipe. I don't know. I can be like, yeah, you can say whatever you want, just hand over the recipe. I miss granny's banana bread. Like, that could happen. But anyway, it's weird how as I work very, very hard to process like anger, like I said, holding grudges, that on the other side of anger is compassion and hope and new ideas. Just like, I would have never thought of that. I wouldn't have done that. Are you kidding me? New ideas. And I think what's really surprised me more than anything is that I have so much love to give, but it was hidden behind a lot of walls, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment. I didn't even realize what kind of walls I had up. I'm really serious. It's helped me move past maybe some victim narratives just a little to see, what did I do in this? What did I contribute, and how can I change that, you know? I've found such a softness and a generosity in me. I have so many people in my life that I am just like so overjoyed to have, you know, come over to my house or something, and I'm like sending them home with food. Would you like a jar of applesauce? Everybody gets a jar of applesauce, you know? I didn't know that I had such a generous person underneath it all. I should have remembered, though. I am going back through my old photos. I have a little stack of photos from my childhood, not much, but a little, which is more than my siblings have, and just scanning them, and I realized I was such a joyful child. And obviously around 8, when I've already talked about what happened then, with an 18-year-old stepbrother, everything changed, and I became really, really, like, in all my pictures, I look so dead and scared and sad and angry and just hollow. But I was a joyful child, and I think that joyful, generous child is coming out again, and I wanted to share that. I'll let you know if I hear from my mom at all. Who knows? But you know,